Okay, this question is from Magnetic Energizer, who's not sure whether they should pursue going pro in a league that in their mind doesn't pay that well, or they should choose the guaranteed and maybe higher paying route um, of computer engineering, right? A more stable job. I think you got to take a step back and realize those two things aren't necessarily mutually um, exclusive. I believe the phrase is right. So you could you could train like a professional soccer player and be a computer scientist or an engineer, and or you could spend a large portion of your time playing professional soccer and also develop high level computer engineering skills or computer programming skills. Um, you could also make a career, right? A professional, someone who just gets paid. So if you're playing extremely well in this Canadian league, and you know your cousins are playing at a high level in Bangladesh, regardless of the pay, it kind of depends on the life you want to have, the people you want to be around, and you know where do you find yourself lost in action? Where do you find yourself most at peace, in a state of bliss, in a state of joy? So it's less about money, right? Money, money comes and goes, but you know there's billionaires who are extremely unhappy and are lost, and there are um, those who have much less and are happy as a clam. So you want to think about, you know, what would you be overjoyed to wake up and do? And if that's playing soccer, then chances are you should probably be playing soccer, especially if you're asking this question on a sub, on a, on a, in a group dedicated to talking about soccer. Um, I, I think there are some things that, um, one thing definitely for sure, you want to go to where the competition is much better than you. You don't want to be necessarily the worst player on your team, but you don't want to be the best. You want to be very far from the best, so that this way, by either assimilation or osmosis, basically by being around better players, you'll learn better habits. You'll be able to, the moves they use against you, you'll be able to learn those, defend against those, and also use those, right? So just by being around a higher or different soccer cultures, right? So you say you're spending some time in Canada and some time in Bangladesh, right? You know where there are good soccer cultures. You want to learn different styles from different countries as possible. So playing in different leagues, right? If you're younger, travel would be a gift where you could learn so much, and not only life skills but also how they play the game in different parts of the world. So I encourage traveling to places where the culture, where you could just find a game even in the street where people are just playing pickup nonstop. That's where you want to put yourself, right? Because you could pursue computer engineering anywhere there's Wi-Fi, anywhere you got your computer. I mean, these days of remote, that's not necessarily limited. So just uh, you want to create positive cash flows in both lines of work, at least, right? So you could just spend the most time doing the things you love, and you know what you have to trade off to do that. That's, the choice is yours. I want to show you three things that I almost guarantee that you're probably not using, that are going to help take your game to the next level. The first, a ball on a rope. This is a skills kick trainer, SKLZ kick trainer, $20 on Amazon. What it's going to allow you to do is develop your timing, rhythm, balance, coordination, ball striking, um, and what you can do is cram months of training into days or weeks. And why this is relevant to you is because, um, I mean, it's relevant to everyone because time is precious, right? So you want to maximize your training time to doing something that's got a high return. So this is so cramming a high volume of touches in a short period of time is going to allow you to train smarter than your competition, perhaps. And it's also so versatile. You can bring it to practices. You could do it at home, right at the comfort of your home, or you could basically do it anywhere, and this is ideal, right? Muhammad Ali, he trained everywhere he went, no matter where he was, 6 days a week, he trained all day. So, right, keep that in mind. If you want to be the best in the world, you got to train all day and get good recovery. Of course, he trained 6 out of 7 days a week. The second thing that you should definitely pick up, 2.2 pound heavy ball. 2.2 pound heavy ball, that's a reactor ball by Champion Barbell. And by using a tennis ball and a heavy ball, it's going to allow you to sharpen your touch while juggling, and that's going to make you more dangerous on the field, right? So you could just do if you're not already doing a juggling practice, I mean, if you're this young now and you're playing at a high level, if you just get a little bit better every day, in a few years, you won't even recognize yourself, right? So start a juggling practice already, 1 minute a day. That's what I challenge you to do. 1 minute a day of juggling, no matter where you are. So you could start with the heavy ball first, right? Get a nice rhythm, and then once you drop it, switch to the tennis ball. Right? And then switch to another ball. And then once you drop that, back to the heavy ball, right? Heavy, light. And just this technique, when you get on a size 5, it's gonna feel like a balloon. It's gonna make you, it's gonna make your touch sharp, extremely sharp. So that's the second thing I wanna recommend. And personally, the two things that have, well, maybe the three things that have changed my life in terms of my game that have, right, they've completely changed the way I train are, one, this is an RMT rope. It's a great tool, not only for your mind and your body, but they're cheap, right? You can make this yourself. It's just a rope with 2 knots at the end for grip. And what you want to do is learn the alternating underhand sneak. Alternating underhand sneak. And the way you learn it is first here. The second is here. The second is here. Right, so it goes step 1 here. Step 2 is here. Step 3 is here. And then from this part, this is where it gets a little tricky. So once you can master this, then you come over your head like that, right? So you go wings wide, pick a side, wings wide, come over, pick a side, wings wide, pick a side, come over, wings wide, come over, right? And then you're gonna start to whip the arms down and pop the knee up, right? And this is gonna replicate. Right, notice when I come over like this, and I'm here, it replicates a ball strike. Striking a ball, it also replicates running. So what this is gonna do, it's gonna improve your running economy. It's gonna improve your balance and your timing and your rhythm. It's gonna sync your body up, if that makes sense, right? So your movement's gonna be more connected, more fluid. It took me 2 days to master, but it's probably the most profound, and it's probably the most profound thing I've learned this year. The second is belly breathing, and if you go to the O2 trainer, right, O2, the number O2 website, O2 trainer website, and there's a video that teaches belly breathing, which is essentially breathing through your belly, right? You go most soccer players, or most people, if you tell them to take a deep breath, they'll breathe in through their upper back and their chest, right? This is supposedly not the right way to breathe. If you master the technique of belly breathing, you'll improve your endurance and your stamina. So those two things, if you do just those two things, or one of those things, pick up a sense ball, pick up a heavy ball by Reactor, the Reactor ball by Champion Barbell. You're going to change the trajectory of your you're going to change the trajectory of your training, right? And you're going to also change your life. Put yourself around better competition, and I don't think you're gonna be on your deathbed saying, I wish I spent more time computer programming. I really don't. So um, I hope this helps, and reach out if you got any questions. All right.